Make sure that you hit that like button. Looks like a thumbs up if you dig this cook. Hey singles, I'm Jay. Welcome back to my channel where I share lifestyle tips and hacks for everyday single life. Today's episode is going to be another cooking for one meal. We are doing a chicken pot pie. So let's get started. What you'll need for this recipe is a few things that you can find in the canned, frozen, or fresh section of any grocery store. You're going to start with a frozen chicken breast, thawed and rinsed, a can of fresh cut sliced carrots, a can of fresh cut diced new potatoes, a can of creamy chicken soup, half a jar of sliced mushrooms, and seasoning to taste, and a pie crust. The recipe I'm going to give you actually makes 4 individual mini chicken pot pies, but the great thing is you can freeze all of the ingredients that you are not using, and you can take them out and thaw them individually so that you can make another pot pie at a different time. To start off, take your cans of vegetables, open them, and dump the water that comes in the can. Then I like to rinse off the vegetables just to get rid of that metallic taste that they get from being in the can. Drain the rinsed water and then dump them in a bowl. Grab 2 stalks of celery from the freezer, let them thaw, chop them up, and then you're going to throw them in the bowl with the rest of your vegetables. I like mushrooms in my pot pie. I actually like mushrooms and everything. So I'm going to take half a jar of mushrooms and throw them into my vegetable mix. Now that we have our potatoes, carrots, mushrooms, and celery in a bowl ready to go, you can add your seasoning. I just like to do a little salt and pepper, but I had a chipotle black pepper that I added in the mix for a little kick. Preparing the chicken is really easy. Just thaw your frozen chicken breast, rinse it off, then take a paper towel to pat dry it, and add whatever seasoning or spices you wish. I like garlic salt, a little bit of onion powder, some salt, and some pepper. I chop that up like little, not little pieces of chicken, but pretty hefty, thick, chunky pieces of chicken breast, and I just throw them in a skillet with a little olive oil. Once the chicken is cooked, I then add my mixed vegetables and a can of the cream of chicken soup. I turn off the heat, but then I mix it all together. I have a mix already done, so I'm going to put that to the side as I prep my bowl for the pie crust. Okay, I lost the footage, but you take the pie crust and you crap. So this is what it remains of the pie crust. So all I did was roll out the pie crust. Then I sat a bowl on top. I cut around the bowl. Then I took the middle part out and lined it in this ramekin bowl. Now that the dough is inside, I'm going to wet the bottom of my ramekin. Just the bottom where the dough is, where the crust is. Just gonna wet the bottom there. Just wet your fingers and just kind of brush the bottom of the ramekin where the crust is. I like to get kind of where the base is too. All right, that's ready to go. Now that the ramekin is prepped with the pie crust in the inside and around, we're gonna put that to the side, and now we're gonna make the top using the leftover scraps from before. Okay, so just kind of cut that. If you want straight lines, you're gonna use a pizza crust roller. So just hold down some of the dough. Do that. Let's go ahead and fill our ramekin with the mixture we made earlier. Grab your chicken, mushroom, carrot, potato, and celery cream chicken soup mix. And we're just gonna fill it up, or fill it, and we're just gonna pour it, scoop it into our, we're just gonna scoop it into our pie base. Filling is done. Let's add our top. As I'm putting these pie pieces on top, I'm just kind of pinching them on the sides to secure them. Now we're gonna trim off these edges. Before we pop our chicken pot pie in the oven to bake, we are going to brush the top of the pie crust with an egg wash. Take an egg, crack it into a bowl, and give it a scramble. Mix it all around, mix it, mix it, mix it. When you brush the pie crust dough with an egg wash, it makes the dough really flaky and crunchy. Chicken pot pie ready to go. I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 15 minutes. And there we have it, a chicken pot pie for one. That's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. And if you're digging this content about lifestyle hacks for everyday single life, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload a new video. I'll upload videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and if I'm feeling up to it, on Saturdays. Follow me on social media everywhere at JSoExtra. And if you're single and you want to have a deeper conversation about what it's like to be single in 2020, then make sure you join my private Facebook group called Team So Extra, and join me next week for another video about something regarding skincare, health and wellness, or cooking for one. See ya! Bye! Stay safe!